Jackson wandered for ages, both by his feet and in his own mind. He was so confused as to every vision he had seen. He didn't know what to do. Everything was so overwhelming. Places he had seen that he had never seen before. Places he had seen before but couldn't remember where they were. He was a mess. He was going to go drink, but I think he got a different idea. He grabbed me and we went down to the tavern. The one where we had seen the large gnome that ran into him, and the small, beady-eyed little gnome. The one tucked away in the corner at the bar. The one he didn't understand. He was there, then gone. We went into the tavern, and I think we were gonna do some investigating, but Jackson sat and waited and stared at the table that little gnome was at. In his head, that gnome held every answer, and maybe he was right. As the tavern started to close, there was no showing of this gnome. And as everybody started to leave and the tavern closed down for good, Jackson walked right up to the bartender, as he always did, to find information. He just asked him, "What? There was a gnome there. A few days passed. Maybe a couple, I don't actually know. Small, beady-eyed, large nose. He was wearing a hood, but his hair was wiry." The bartender just looks at him and says, "Good luck with that one. For what you are looking for is the Tinkerer. The Tinkerer shows his face only when he wants to. You can go to his home, but all you're gonna find is a building. There's gonna be lights. It's beautiful there. But you can't find him. His house is at the end of the road at the southwest of town, where all the buildings get a little weird anyway. As you approach it, you'll only see one window and no door. You think you're confused now, trying to find the Tinkerer. It's going to be a little more of a chore than you think." Jackson thanked the bartender and left the tavern. He was too inebriated to do any searching anymore that night. He went to bed, and he woke up the next day, and it was brighter out, so he knew he would find something. He banged on my door really early, and we went to find the Tinkerer's house. Turns out it wasn't so much of a house as it was a tower, but we didn't know that. We got to the road at the southwest of town, and we just kept walking. And to our amazement, as the road started to end, we found the Tinkerer's home, the Tinkerer's tower. It was small. There's no way any gnome could live inside of it. But it wouldn't matter because there's no door to get in. Firelight in the window suggested that there was something in there. But we couldn't get in. We couldn't even see in the window. We couldn't see the wall at the back of the house. Through the window, just the light. It was the strangest thing, and we were hoping that we could get a glimpse of the Tinkerer gnome. We never did. But something tells me he was there, and he was watching. Jackson felt it too. This gnome mocks us. He thought everything was mocking him. It's a little bit of insecurity, I suppose. But I don't know. I think he was. I think he was watching. As we explored around his tower, trying to figure out how to get in, how to knock, how to find him. I sense he was just laughing. But maybe not. Maybe he was off on his own adventure. But the air was heavy. It felt like something or someone was watching us. Must have gotten a real treat because we ended up not being able to do anything. We explored the berries and fruits and rocks around the tower. We stared at the window, hoping somebody would look out that we could signal. But there was never anything. We stood there for over an hour. We banged and pleaded and hollered, but nothing. Maybe one day. Jackson seems pretty intent on finding this gnome. Not that it matters much. We know where to find him, and we know how to find him. But how do you find something, someone, that wants to stay lost? Possibly forever.